Okay, as promised, this is going to be the very first of video blog that's going to talk about how do you become an artist. So the first one today is going to be question. I have a question for you. Why are you doing art? Or why do you want to go into this profession? So stick with me. Let's go ahead and get into it, and then I'll kind of let you understand what it's all about. Become an artist. Okay, so that's clear. All right. What's the motivation behind it? That's what we need to get to right away. So, is the motivation to be famous? This is a question that was posed to me, by the way. Do you want to be famous? Right? Do you want everybody to know your name? Do you want to make a lot of money? Do you just want to make money as an artist? I mean, that's your number one priority. Or is it, right, you love it a lot, but beyond love, you're just obsessed with trying to get better. It's just trying to develop your craft. Right? Those are three different reference points of why you may be motivated to do this. And let me kind of let you in on a secret. When I was young, really, really young, when I heard this for the first time, I thought, oh, that's obvious. I just want to get really, really good. And then if I get really, really good, I'll make money. And then after that, make a lot of money. And then obviously I'll be famous. Or, you just mix it all up. I'm trying to put them all into one, but it really doesn't work like that. And let me tell you why I'm bringing all this up. Is because let's say, for example, you're going to be, when you're launching out into your career. So if you just graduated or you're someone even in art school right now, if you're going out into your career, your chosen field, you're going to be given questions, right, that are going to test your motivation right away, right? So let me give you an example. Let's say you're giving a job that does not pay well, but they're going to give you complete creative freedom. You can do whatever you want. Whatever you want, any style you want, color you want, does not matter. They just want you to just be you, but you're not going to make any money on that. And you know what? Maybe people aren't even going to see it. Now, is that a job you want? So for some of you guys, you're like, yes. And some of you guys are like, I'm not getting paid that? No way, right? Some of you guys, it's going to be, if someone put a sack of money in front of you, right? A lot of money, but it may be illustrating something. It might just be a subject matter that you don't like. Okay, that's a very benign thing, right? Or it might be another thing where you might have to paint something that is against your political ideology, right? But the money's there, right? And you're going to take it. The rest of that doesn't matter. Now, you also might be somebody who's just really interested in the culture, right? So there's the highbrow, lowbrow, right? You might be one of the people in one of the beautiful galleries drinking your wine. Then you might be someone like, just give me a beer. You're standing around with your hat, low brim. I got a few of those myself. And you just want to be in that kind of down and dirty, getting that vibe, right? You love the culture of it. And also, you just want people to know who you are. You want to feel significance because of that, right? Now, I brought up all of these, but there's no right or wrong answer. And this is a key thing. And this is why I like to have these conversations with people independently of a lot of other people around, because sometimes older people will try to influence you and make you think a certain way and tell you like, oh, don't be a sellout. Don't be a this. Don't be a that. Well, guess what? There is no sellout. That's just a construct of the mind. This is what causes illustrators, artists to be broke, right? They start thinking, well, I'm selling out. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I can't be this way. I got to be like everyone else. No, you have to be true to yourself. If you're someone who likes money, there's no issue whatsoever taking jobs for the money. If you can compartmentalize yourself and separate the work from who you are, and you're just getting the money, go for it. There's not an issue. Do it, right? If you're someone who is, let's say, you really don't care about the money. You don't. You just want to get better. You don't care about being famous. You just want to sit in your studio, close the drapes, and put their nose down and just work. Right? I have a tendency, that's actually a lot of me, actually. I wish it wasn't me, but I have a little bit of that. Well, actually, a lot of that, to be honest with you. But if that's you, right? No amount of money is going to make you get motivated to do something that you don't want to do. You're just not going to be motivated, right? If it's not letting you get better, you're not expressing yourself in a real way, then you're going to have to pick jobs that are going to feed your soul. And that way, you have to manage your money and also make other ways to have different streams of income coming in. I'll talk about that later on in another video. I'm not talking about a fallback plan. I'm talking about having multiple streams of income to leverage yourself. So that's another video. Stay tuned. That may be the next one. Okay. Now, if you want to be famous, let me just kind of say this, and I always say this facetiously and joking around in class, but like, if you want to be famous, it's very easy to be famous, right? We live in a culture where if you're shocked and awe, crazy, do anything, you're going to get all of the attention. So I always say, go outside, strip naked, and start painting. Guess what? You're going to be famous. You're going to get on YouTube, you're going to get on the news, people are going to know your name. Do it again, and then 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 do it again. Everyone's going to know who you are. You're going to be obnoxious, probably. People are going to get irritated after a while. Some people are going to love you and think you're the greatest thing ever because you're a counter-establishment. Some people are going to hate you because you're just like, the devil incarnate. But you're going to be famous. And that's why when you look at any reality TV star, it's the ones who are the jerks that are always become the breakout stars. The good people don't, right? So to become famous is very easy if you want to do the easy route. But guess what? You don't really care about your reputation. You don't care about the art form. You don't really care about, the money. The money might follow you, though, if you do that stuff. But that's one easy way to do it. Now, you can also just choose jobs that are just always going to put you in the public's eye. But here's one thing I just want to caution is this, because when students are looking at a lot of YouTubers, they're looking at a lot of people in magazines and different books and different things like that. Their thought is they're in a book, they're being interviewed, they're famous, they're making money. And I want to just tell you, that's not the case. That is not the case. I have friends, I know people very well who are not famous. They're not like lauded for being like the best artist in the world, but they're making, I'm not going to put their name, they're doing really well. Very, very well. Okay? Because they're not trying to do what everyone else is doing. They're not trying to compete for the public eye. So, for example, if everyone's trying to do visual development, and let's say they want to get into one of the major studios, Disney, Pixar, ILM, or something, right? Everyone's going to funnel into those systems. Now, you can make some money there. I'm not saying you can't, and I'm not against those studios. I'm not anything like that. But let's say if you want to go that route, you have a lot of people competing with you for that area. So when you have a lot of people in one area, there's going to be a cap to how much that money is going to go, right? If you go to an area where there's not a lot of people, guess what? There's no competition, they need you, and the money goes through the roof. This is kind of a little tip that I want to throw out there for anybody who's they want it for the money. You do the things that everyone else doesn't want to do, you're going to get paid more. Trust me, right? It's not sexy, it's not the thing you're going to put on a website, and there's a bunch of them. I'm not going to throw any names out there because it'll sound like I'm bashing them. But if you hear what I'm saying, you have to treat all of this as a business, and you have to think about this systematically and what drives and motivates you, right? So once you understand that, you're going to be able to make more empowered decisions. You're going to make decisions that are going to launch your career and let you take step-by-step momentum to get to where you ultimately want to be, right? But there are other components to this as well, and there's a lot more to it. But at least this is the beginning of it, where it starts to get you to open your mind. It's like, why am I doing this? I mean, really, what is the motivation behind it, right? Like I should wrap this up, but I'm gonna just kind of put it like this for you. And for me, I've never cared about being famous. I never cared that people know who I am. I've been doing this for a very, very long time. I've been teaching for a very, very long time. A lot of my students are very popular, famous. Some of them have went sky high, then they may have leveled off. I mean, I have people all over the place that are doing phenomenally well. No one's ever heard my name. I never even stepped out in front of a camera. To be honest with you, this whole YouTube thing, I'm doing this to help people, and I'm coming at it from a different standpoint. I was doing YouTube videos secretly and only giving them to my students for years. And I decided, okay, you know what? Let me just go ahead and start giving this stuff and putting it out there. But it was never about the motivation of like putting myself out there. That's not wise if you really think about it from a business standpoint. I've been doing this for so long and people don't even know who I am. And they don't know what I'm really capable of, because I chose to be more inward and focusing on my craft and helping other people's craft. Has that hurt me monetarily? Yes, it has. I'm doing okay, but what I'm saying is, but I could have leveraged this a long time ago, and I probably should have. And it's amazing now that I have little girls, you start thinking different, and you have to take on and put on a different hat. You have to think about it differently. I have to think about them. I have to think about my wife. But if it were just me, you know, maybe I would still fall back on this provides me what I need for just my happiness. So anyway, this is enough to end this one. I wanted to make it have enough stuff there so you can chew on this. Think about it. Okay, so I'll have another one next Friday. Think about the concepts that I'm throwing out there to you. Really think about it. If you want, go ahead down below and maybe write down what your motivation is, right? And anybody out there, please, this is supposed to be a comfortable place. Don't go in there and start ragging on people for their opinion. Excuse me, it's their opinion, right? It's their value system. So this is not to be judged. Excuse me. If you are one of those people, please don't put those in there. And if you do, honestly, I'll pull it off, because I want this to be a community that's going to be uplifting and helping other artists. So I want to have some like common decency. So anyway, I think we're done here. Till next time, Robert Revels, Digital Painting Tips, out.